What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Blazers Uprise podcast here on a Wednesday. Today is going to be a good day because the best point guard in the league returns tonight. We got Damian Lillard back in a Blazer uniform for the first time since, the 11th, the 12th of February? It's the first time since the last game before the All-Star break. So it's been like a little over 3 weeks. I've been waiting for Dame to come back, man, because Blazer basketball just feels different without Damian Lillard out there on the court. So I'm very excited to watch him play tonight. I'm actually really looking forward to this game. This is the first game I've looked forward to in a while. You know, I'm still enjoying the team, but it's been a struggle lately. And as we get players healthier, hopefully some players follow him up. Blazer basketball will get more and more enjoyable, and we'll have it all covered right here on Blazers Uprise, as usual. So with that, short intro because it's 4:05, so we're going to get into picks against the spread because games are tipping off any second now. Here's our records. Actually, those aren't updated. Hold up. Let me update those really quick. I made the graphic. Here we go. Updated records. Right there. Boom. Chat's 4 games behind Eric. I'm 6 games behind Eric. I'm tired of seeing Eric on top. I'd support Chat beating out Eric at this point. We all struggled. Had a chance to make up some ground, but we all struggled on Monday. Still have the February records up there since we've only had one day in March. But yeah, so we all had a good February, but bad start to March. Let's see if we can turn that around. Let's hop into the first game we got. We got the Bucks taking on the Pacers. We got the Bucks favored by 11. I'm rolling with the Bucks. It's never really a bad thing to go with the Bucks. Let me get rid of your double window there. There we go. I did not want to make you full screen though. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm messing around with your camera. There we go. That should be better. All right. I'm rolling with the Bucks though. The Bucks are favored by 11. The Pacers have been struggling. The Bucks are at home. The Bucks blow out a lot of teams, even good ones. So I'm rolling with the Bucks here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Pacers just because I'm hoping it's a close game, but Milwaukee should win.
Yeah, that was a tough game to pick. Because usually it's easy to go for the underdog when it's an 11-point spread, but Milwaukee, man, it's hard to go against Milwaukee in general. So, second game we got the Cavs going against the Celtics. As always, vote for the team in the comment section below. The People's Mix, pause. Boston is favored by 4 points on the road in Cleveland. I'm taking the Celtics. They are without Jaylen Brown, which is going to hurt them, but they should get Jason Tatum back. I believe Jason Tatum's playing tonight, and they're a much, much, much better team with Jason Tatum on the court. I was looking at some advanced numbers, man. It's actually kind of insane, and I'm a big Jason Tatum fan, so I'm rolling with Boston here now that they got him back tonight.
Yeah, this is also a tough game for me. I'm going with Cleveland at home because Boston played yesterday. They're also without Hayward and Kemba Walker. So with Kemba, Hayward, and Jaylen Brown all out of this game, I thought for a minute Tatum was going to be out when I gave you my pick as well, but Tatum's going to play. I thought about changing it, but I'm just going to roll with
Cavaliers have been playing well lately, so yeah. I was a little surprised to see that. But, Cavs have been playing well. Boston's banged up. Thing is, the Celtics, when they have players out, they rise to the occasion. They have guys that step up. Can't really say the same about our Portland Trail Blazers this year, but you can say that about the Boston Celtics, so I think they'll have some guys step up today. It'll be interesting to see who they play. Maybe Romeo Langford gets some time. That'd be interesting. But
they had all their scrubs in closing the game out yesterday.
Yeah, and they choked yesterday.
They did yesterday. Choke. Yep.
That was a very interesting game. LeVert. At first, I was helping out my men's league to keep track of stats and whatnot, and just sitting there at the table, somebody comes over. Yeah, LeVert scored 37 in the fourth. I was like, huh? I guess he scored 37 in the fourth and OT, so that's not quite as impressive, but still 37 in the fourth and OT. That's crazy, and he led them back. So that was a good win for Brooklyn. Boston, let's see if they can bounce back tonight. Third game we got the Pistons, we got the Thunder. The Thunder are favored by 8.5 points, and it's hard to go with the Pistons. I'm rolling with the Thunder. I've been telling you guys, man, the Thunder are a good team all year. Now everybody believes it. Now it's reflected in the spread here. They're favored by 8.5 on the road. Granted, Detroit sucks, but I'm taking the Thunder here.
I think D Rose is out for a while now too.
That's right.
I had originally, I'm sticking with this as my double down, so I'm double down on OKC.
Doubling down, double downing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
double downing. The spread was 6.5 when I gave you my pick, so it's a little less.
You could have
easy
changed
to
your
double
pick. I
down on
asked you for
I
updated
know.
spreads.
I know. I'm gonna stick with it.
Alrighty. There we go. Fourth game. We got Knicks and Jazz. This is an interesting game because the Jazz have not been playing that well since the All-Star break. The Knicks have been playing better basketball under Mike Miller than they were to start the season. I feel like they're a better team than their record indicates. It's also in New York, with Utah being favored by 8. This is an interesting spread, an interesting game to pick. But I'm just going to roll with the better team. I feel like the New York Knicks need their guards to get to the rim and score because they're not a good shooting team, especially their perimeter players. They're not a good shooting team, so they need their perimeter players to get to the rim, attack the rim, get to the basket, and score inside. And of course, the Jazz have Rudy Gobert to stop that, to slow that down, to clog that up. So I don't think it's a good matchup for New York. Therefore, I'm going to take the Jazz in this one.
Since the Knicks hurt me the other day beating the Rockets when I doubled down on the Rockets, I'm going to take the Knicks, and I'm probably going to get screwed, and they're going to not show up tonight. And
they're a super hard team to pick because New York's just inconsistent. Young teams are like that, but New York is kind of wild with some of their play. They're so all over the place. They'll get blown out by the Cavs one night and then beat the Rockets the next night. So that was definitely probably the hardest game to pick there. Fifth game, we got the Battle of Florida. We got Miami against Orlando. This game's being played in South Beach. Miami's favored by 7, and I'm rolling with Miami. They're a great home team. Orlando doesn't have to travel far, but Miami has, I don't know, their crowd doesn't seem that loud. It doesn't seem like they'd have that great of a home court advantage. I don't know if that's an aberration this year or what, but they've been killing it at home. So I'm taking the Heat here.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Heat. The Heat just beat the Bucks at home. The Magic got destroyed by us. So I'm hoping the Heat take care of business here.
Gotcha. I don't know why that was so far up on the screen, but there we go. Alrighty. Fix that up. Alright. Nets Grizzlies. Sixth of nine games. This game's being played in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's favored by 1.5. I'm taking Memphis. I didn't color code the names in the bottom bar, whatever. I just realized that. Doesn't matter. At least I got the names right. In Brooklyn, that's technically Brooklyn colors. So, Memphis, though, is my pick. I hope they do lose. Portland can gain a game on Memphis. So I'm butchering all my words here. I need to. Portland could game again. Portland could game again. Portland could gain a game on Memphis. That's harder to say than you'd think. Now everybody's at home saying it out loud. Like, no, that's not hard to say. But Portland can gain a game on Memphis. Right now they're 3.5 back. So if Portland wins tonight, Memphis loses tonight, Portland would only be 2.5 back. So I'm rooting for Brooklyn. But I'm picking Memphis. I'm hedging my bets here. I think Memphis will end up winning this game. I don't think Portland will gain that game. But you know, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that Brooklyn gets it done.
You know what? I had the exact reasoning as you. I'm hoping Brooklyn wins this game, but I took Memphis that way. It won't hurt as bad if they do win. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna take the Grizzlies.
Randall P. Floyd game again. What's up? I'm bringing chili. It's good to see you again, man. Alrighty, we got Timberwolves Bulls. Timberwolves are favored by 2. They just beat the Pelicans on the road, which is an impressive win. Malik Beasley has been playing great for the Timberwolves. That's looking like a great trade for them. I'm doubling down on Minnesota. They are on the second night of a back-to-back, right? They played last night. That
Yeah.
Pelicans game was last night. They
Yep.
are on the second night of a back-to-back. They're still without Karl Anthony Towns, but still, the Bulls suck. The Timberwolves are playing better. The Timberwolves are at home. They're only favored by 2. I'm doubling it down with Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Minnesota. I like the way they're playing, at least last night.
Yeah.
A really impressive win, and Bulls suck, so.
Yep. Alrighty. Is it just me, or does Eric's background look like more shiny, glowy, illuminated or something?
I have the window open, so you see the light
That's
shining through
dope,
that.
actually. That looks sick. Because I don't know. I don't really stare at you or pay much attention to your
Yeah.
camera. I just get it up there, but I just looked at it, and yeah, it looks like the light's kind of filtering through. That's dope. Illuminati. My pick is some Bulls shit. Anyway, second to last game, we got Mavericks Pelicans. This is a very intriguing game in my opinion. The Mavericks playing against
Go
Zion
Mavs.
and the Pels. This would be Portland could gain a game on New Orleans, which I think is the other team that's a major threat to the 8th seed. So if Dallas can take care of business here, it'd be huge for the Pelicans. Dallas is favored by 6 at home. I'm going to take the Pelicans, though. They had a tough loss last night. I think they bounce back. Zion can play back-to-back games now. So expect them in uniform and out there on the court tonight for New Orleans. Dallas, I do think, wins this game. I think they win by 3 or 4. I think this is going to go right down to the final buzzer. So I'm going to roll with the points. I'm going to take the Pelicans.
I'm going to go with Dallas. 6 points isn't a lot. They usually, when they win by quite a bit usually. So I'm going to go with them. And like you said, the Pelicans will probably bounce back and have an awesome game and destroy the Mavericks. And
Hopefully,
I'm
you
not
need to get
confident with
knocked.
any of my picks today.
Well, that's good because you need to get knocked off that top rung. I'm tired
Yeah.
of you being up there. Next year, man. Next year we'll have more people doing this. I don't know what next year is going to look like as far as this channel. We need to have a stream coming up where we just it's just like a channel oriented stream where we just talk about the channel and we ask for stuff to plan for next year. That'll probably be an off season thing. But I'm kind of antsy. That'd be a fun stream just to hear people's ideas and bounce ideas off each other and that type of thing. We'll see. If Portland has a bunch of, so I think Portland has a stretch of 3 days off. Maybe if we can't think of anything else for a podcast, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. But last game of the night, we got our Blazers taking on the Wizards. This game is being played in Rip City, and Portland's favored by 7. I almost went with Washington here because I still don't think you can trust Portland. If Dame wasn't coming back, this would be a double down for Washington. But Dame's coming back. He should be fresh. I almost went with Washington still, though, because they might be rusty. He hasn't played in a while. So I don't know, man. I'm taking Portland here, but Portland's just been so inconsistent. And lately they've been consistently bad that that it's hard to pick them. I don't believe they've turned any sort of corner with that Orlando game. Okay, we've seen them play good games. That's more of the aberration given how they've played since the All-Star break. But I mean, Dame comes back. We'll see if CJ can continue his hot play with Dame back. That'll be a storyline to watch for tonight. We can preview this game more after this segment. But I'm taking Portland.
I'm also going to take Portland. Washington, they were getting destroyed last night, made it interesting in the second half, actually tied that game with Sacramento before losing it. But I just think coming off the back-to-back, they're just not going to have anything tonight. And they're on that long West Coast road trip. I think the Blazers will take care of the business, hopefully. And I don't want to say they've turned the corner either, but I'm hoping with that win without Dame and then also getting Dame back, possibility of maybe getting a big guy back sometime in the next few weeks as well.
And then they got an easy schedule the next, they're still in the middle of their easy stretch.
Their next 8 games, they have to they have to win like 6 or 7 of these next 8. So if it's not going to be tonight, it's not going to happen this season probably if they lose this game. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping they just come out and blast the doors off the Wizards tonight.
I mean, they could lose this game and still somehow make a run. These are the type of games you need to win. You need to win these types of games. They're 3.5 games behind Memphis. They have 2 games left against Memphis. The problem is like if you lose this game, you're setting yourself in a position where you have to win both those Memphis games. Because gaining 3.5 games on them, if you split those games, it might be kind of difficult. The Grizzlies have a hard schedule, but they've beaten some good teams lately. They beat the Lakers most notably. So gotta win these types of games. Memphis has a game in Brooklyn tonight, so that's the thing. You gotta try and gain some ground on the Grizzlies outside of playing them, and then you hope that they can win the last 2 games against Memphis. That is kind of how Portland could get into.
In this situation, you cannot lose a game tonight when you're playing the Wizards and they're playing on the road at the Nets. Like you just, if you want to get that 8 spot like they seem to want to do, you have to take care of business.
But you ready for Bradley Beal to score like 50 points against us again? Because hasn't he done that before? You're gonna see this is the team that you pull out that Harden defense we played on Harden for. You know what I mean? They don't have they have. I guess we're previewing the game now. We'll just switch back to the main screen. Washington, they do have some solid role players. They just don't have anybody notably good outside of Bradley Beal. They have some guys that can step up and have decent games. You got Rui, my boy Rui Hachimura. You got Wagner. Is Wagner hurt or is Wagner playing? Because Wagner's had a really good season, but I know he's kind of been nicked up here and there. So I don't know if he's playing tonight.
On their injury report, it only listed Thomas Bryant and John Wall is out for sure.
Okay.
There was
Wagner's
someone
a guy
else
who can be good.
Questionable, I think.
And Wagner's a guy who can shoot threes too and take guys off the dribble. So if he's in there at center, that could be a tough matchup for Whiteside. They got what was the other guy? Bertans too. Bertans. So they got some shooting in the front court, which could pose some problems for us. Melo has the tendency to overhelp and help down and leave 3-point shooters wide open. Melo's going to be guarding Bertans. That's going to be a problem. I expect Bertans to hit at least 5 threes tonight. That is my prediction right now. I expect 5 threes from Bertans tonight.
Ish Smith is doubtful. Everyone else looks like they're playing.
They do have so Napier's going to start, and then they'll have I don't even know who their backup point guard behind him would be.
Gary Payton II, I guess.
Good old Gary Payton II. They'll play Isaac
They have
Bonga
Jerome Robinson at backup shooting guard too.
Yeah. So
this is our first chance to see Rui because he didn't play in the first matchup, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Rui play against Portland. I wanted to go to the game tonight for that reason, but we got a Chad doing burner. We got.
But the Wizards, without Thomas Bryant, I mean, Wagner isn't a good paint defender.
Wagner.
Wagner. Sorry.
I'm gonna help you. I got you on the pronunciations. He's German, so it's Wagner. I always said Wagner.
Yeah. And then Bertans, obviously he can't guard anyone inside, so we have as much of an advantage on the offensive end, you would think, as they have on the offensive end with him nailing threes. So this should be a huge game for Whiteside tonight if we use him correctly on the offensive end, at least.
Yeah. I just don't. I feel like my one worry with this game is that we're going to give up 130 points and we're not going to be able to score more than 130 points. You know what I mean? I don't think we lose if we give up 115 or less, which for against a bad team, that's not a tall order or anything. 115 to the Wizards, you should be able to hold them under that. But they got, Bradley Beal, who I'm worried Stotts is just going to play his normal pick and roll defense against, and Bradley Beal's just going to get to that mid-range pull-up, and he's going to feast off it like he has in the past. We're not going to make, other people beat us. We're going to let Bradley Beal get his, and then if Bradley Beal isn't getting his, then you have, Mello over helping, so Beal is just kicking it out to Bertans for three. I mean, I just don't think this is like a great matchup for us because of their stretch bigs, because Beal likes playing against our pick and roll defense. Beal's cooked us in the past. Washington, no matter who they have, always seems to play well in Portland. We've always struggled with them. This was all the reasoning why I almost went with the Wizards and picks against the spread. It's going to be a high scoring game. Like I expect these teams to combine for 240, 250 points tonight. I don't know what the over under is. What are you doing?
Trevin is saying I don't have hair, but I do have hair.
I don't call that. I wouldn't call that hair. You got. Yeah, I don't know what you'd call that, Trevin. It's not like he doesn't have hair, but it's not like he has hair, So I don't know. I don't know what you call it. What's up, Spyro? You see, Mario got fined $25,000 for that contact with the official. I'm surprised he didn't get suspended for a game, honestly, because if you I'm also surprised he didn't get that technical called on him.
Right.
You can't grab a referee's arm and stop him from blowing his whistle. That's
honestly both him and CJ should have gotten teased on that play. It should have been 2 technicals. I
know. Yeah, CJ on that play, I could see I saw what the refs saw, but I don't think it was a charge. I think it was more of a flop. But CJ I don't know. I wish we'd complain. There's worse calls that we don't say anything about, that we don't complain about, that we don't say a thing, man.
I also feel like it's either you don't really complain or you take it too far. There's no in between ever.
That's true.
I never really see CJ go to the ref after a play like that and just be like, "Look, man, I did a Euro step. I'm not going to knock him over if there's contact in that situation."
Yeah.
Instead, he just goes ballistic and he'll go until he gets a T, And same with Ariza.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like they're trying to hold back, and then at some point they're just like, screw it,
Yeah.
I'm bringing Chile says he has that 5 o'clock shadow on his head. That's funny. Hey, I'm bringing Chile, man. You gotta come into that post game stream tonight. Hopefully, I enjoy your presence. I enjoy all your guys' presence, but I haven't seen Chile in a while. What's up, Zippo? Eric with the Shaq cut. We will have that post game show tonight around 9:30. Right after the final buzzer. I'll probably be live 10 minutes after the final buzzer because I should be live right after the final buzzer. Usually I don't watch games here. Usually I go to BlackRock and watch games. I got Twitter on my computer. You guys know I keep it flowing with those tweets during the game. So does Eric. So if you don't follow us at Tory Jones YT for me, at Hoopstock for him, it's up there in the social media bar up there. And then usually if I can watch the end of the game there, I drive home, get live within 10 minutes, around 10 minutes. But they close at 9, and this game's going to end at 9:30, so I'll be live right after the game because I'll watch the end here. So we'll be good. Eric, if you need a cap to cover that up, you know who to call.
I got a cap right here.
Cap, and he doesn't need a cap. I'm on an iPhone. I can't see above my comment. Is that an iPhone problem? I have no idea. Eric Kleiser says, hopefully I can make the post. Kleiser. God, why do I keep saying Kleiser, bro?
You do that just to me, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, well, I could get you on a lot more pronunciations, too. Mr. Anu known boy. Wagner. Anu known boy. What else? Other names?
And a new boy.
And a new boy.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Shoot, man. Make a montage of all your mispronunciations.
We got Charles Mike Posner and Javier Mitchell going to the game tonight.
Posner. You've never heard of Mike Posner? The singer?
Yeah, I've heard.
Eric looks like he hates his life right now.
Dame Doll's going.
Oh, you guys going? Yeah, I wanted to go to the game tonight, but I'm not gonna go by myself and never mind. I'm not even gonna go into this. So all you guys
Clays
are
is
going. I
back
hope
in
you guys
Vegas
enjoy it.
though. He's close to being
Yeah,
home here in a few
you
weeks.
wouldn't even let me finish reading that. Clay. See, I know it's Clay's, but when I read it as full day, I think Clay's. Eric Glazer says, hopefully I can make the postgame show. I am jet lagged and fly locally in Vegas tomorrow, so may not be able to stay awake. It's all good. Hopefully I see you, man. Hopefully you're enjoying your. Hopefully you enjoy Vegas. Hopefully you enjoy that trip. Eric B has my back with how to say my name. You won't even say his last name. You just said B.
I know who Mike Posner is. I just misspoke with his name. Sorry. I thought maybe he wasn't the singer.
You try to catch me. I'm gonna catch you. I already got you twice. It's 2-1 me.
Have you guys seen Office Space?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, never ask me if I've seen a TV
movie.
or a movie because I don't watch TV shows or movies. Like people are always like, "Oh man, you've seen this," or they'll have some inside joke from something, and I never get it. I never understand it. So need to brush up on. I need to watch. Actually, no, I don't need to watch more TV shows and movies. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm more productive because I don't know. Steph Curry has fully been cleared for his return. Shams just tweeted 12 minutes ago. Will come back from his 58-game absence tomorrow at home against the Raptors. So we'll see how the Warriors look with Steph Curry back. We'll see if they're somewhat competitive. Do we have a game left against the Warriors?
I think we have one more.
Yeah. I guess we lagged for a second and chat freaked out.
Yeah, it's good now.
Chad Doing says, I'm getting an 8-ball and bringing strippers to the game. Look for me in press row. Free picks. Just mentioned stripper bait. The Chad Doing burner account says. That's not actually Chad Doing before anybody is so gullible that they think that's Chad Doing.
There's a couple of signings today too. Jordan McRae was claimed by Detroit.
Yeah, there was multiple teams that were going to put in a claim for them. I'm shocked that Denver got rid of him. Why did they get rid of him?
He asked to be let go because he wasn't playing at all.
Why wasn't he playing, though? Who's playing over him?
I don't
so
know,
confused.
But they signed Troy Daniels today, so...
I mean, if you just want to guard for depth who's not going to play, I guess it makes more sense to have the worst one, which is Troy Daniels. But yeah, I was surprised to see Jordan McRae get waived the other day. Phoenix was going to put in a claim on him, but he's been a guy who's been good this year. He's been a good player. We saw him burn us the first time we played Washington. Then the Nuggets traded Malik Beasley, and I thought they got McRae to replace Beasley's role. And I guess he kind of did because Beasley wasn't really playing for Denver. But Denver has had they played Gary Harris a ton of minutes, but they've had shooting guards who I don't think are really that much worse than Gary Harris that they haven't really been playing, have gotten rid of for almost nothing. You know, you got Malik Beasley. Now he's killing it in Minnesota. You got Jordan McRae, who they just waived, who had been killing it before. He's a good scorer, can make plays, so that's a good pickup for Detroit because McRae's still pretty young, and he can, that's just. I think there's a team option on his contract, so Detroit can bring him back.
No, he's a free agent, but since they picked him up off waivers, they get his early bird rights.
Yeah,
and they have cap space, but his cap hold is like really small, so they can use their cap space and then re-sign him to like up to $10 million. So yeah, good move by them, I think.
In 21 minutes per game, he's averaging 11.5 points per game, over 3 rebounds and 2.5 assists per 36. That comes out to 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game, and he's shooting 38% from 3, 42% from the field. True shooting percentage is 52.5%. So I guess he isn't as efficient as I thought he was. I guess that's kind of where he struggles. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a solid player. You know, if he could become just a bit more efficient, like that would be a great scorer to have off the bench. A guy who can make some plays for others and score on high volume shooting. You know, I feel like he kind of blew up because I think he had a insane G League game a couple like 3 years ago that got him into the NBA. I forget what he dropped, but he dropped something like 60 points or something. I don't remember what it was. I'm trying to dig too deep into my knowledge bank here.
Your
like,
Jordan McRae analysis.
my Jordan McRae, yeah. But anyway, the we got. Let me check back in with chat. Any other news to go over?
No, there's some other countries that are starting to not allow the public at sporting events because of the coronavirus.
Man, like even if you here's were you gonna add on to that or were you? I'm just
gonna
very
say, like,
opinionated on this.
I was just gonna ask Chad if they would ever be concerned about going to a Blazer game or a sporting event because of it, or if it's just something that isn't really
Here's the thing for
concern.
me. Like I expect it to be seasonal. Who knows if like next year, if like in December, we're gonna have a vaccine or something for it. You know, so
Yeah,
it could be like a big problem next winter, and I've seen reports that 40 to 70% of people are going to get it. So like, yes, I understand. You know, trying to limit the outbreak, but it's already out there, man. It's already out there. It's people are still gonna go to concerts. People are still gonna go to events. I don't see how like I don't know. I just don't think it's going to really accomplish anything by having having sporting events and empty arenas. You know,
yeah.
I don't think it's going to accomplish much when you're looking at 40 to 70% of the population ending up getting it, which is like what's projected by people right now. Maybe that's just one projection, but obviously I'm not a pandemic expert. I'm a basketball expert, but I don't know. I just don't think it's going. I just don't think it's going to help much. And then what? Start next season? Do you do that too? Do you do that for the NFL? Do you do that for like what? What do you do? Because it's going to take a year to get a vaccine. So, it's not like it. It's not like it has a super high like mortality rate. Like if I'm 65, 70, I'm not going to a Blazer game. You know, because I'm older. But like, am I just like even if I get it, I feel like I'm going to be fine. You know?
It has jumped up to like 3 to 4% from 2%,
Yeah,
so it's
but a
starting to
lot
get
of
a little
those
worse.
people
But
were like have underlying medical conditions or they're
yeah,
elderly
I
or
just
something to go along with that.
yeah, I don't think it's. I think the scary thing is we just don't know enough about it yet. Um, so like, I hope it's nothing, and I hope it's just like the flu and all that stuff. Um, it's just kind of a small sample size right now, so like 3% of a small amount of people is might be different than if 50 to 70% get it, like you said. Um, but yeah, I think it's just. I mean, you're probably going to get it whether you go to a Blazer game or not. If you're going to get it, like that stuff's like everywhere, and it's the problem with the coronavirus is it seems to last a long time, several days to up to 2 weeks before you even could know you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I think people just need to just go about their day and hope they don't get it,
Yeah,
basically, and
and
try
just
to
be
avoid
smarter.
contact.
Wash your
Yeah,
hands. If you have a cough or have some sort of symptoms of a flu or fever, don't show up to a game. You know what I mean? Like it's mostly on people to just be smart instead of like completely controlling the masses and shutting down arenas and because then you don't make any money off that as an organization. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I bet the owners don't want that. And it's just like, what do you start doing that for baseball too? You know what I mean? Like at the start of their season, like how long do they go? You know what I mean? It's just like if we're gonna go those drastic measures, it's going to completely mess up the industry. You know, because you can't pay a baseball team $100 million and make no profit from ticket sales. So like, how far does this go? You wouldn't have baseball. You're talking about shutting down. I don't know. And I bet you people, like, if March Madness doesn't have crowds, I bet you less people watch it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little different because they don't pay their athletes or whatever. But still, man, it's just for something that doesn't really solve anything. It just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, people just need to be smart. Wash your hands. Don't go to games if you're sick. Don't go to games if you have a cough, if you sneeze, like, whatever. Don't go to the games if you'd struggle if you got the virus. You know, like, that's literally just what needs to happen. People just need to be smart. Counting on our society to be smart is a tall task, but you know, that's a risky bet sometimes. But
Clay says first world countries with good health care predict 0.7% mortality rate, so less than a percent. Yeah, I've heard things though, like it's not covered by most health plans to get like tested to see if you have it. So it's like $3,500 out of pocket and stuff just to get tested to see if you have it,
yeah,
which is
but it's like,
crazy.
if we're talking about like college basketball, because that's been like the number one sport that's talked about, like, oh, maybe playing empty arenas, like the NCAA should just have arenas filled up, and if, you know, and if players get that, they should cover them. You know, I don't know if they would cover them. I don't know what the deal is there, but
Mm-hmm.
the NCAA should step up and cover any medical bills, because I don't think a college athlete is going to die if they're like healthy, in great shape, completely fine medically. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you might have a very small chance, but like, they, you know what I mean? Like, that's that's life in general. You know, 0.1% chance of dying for, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Obviously, I'm not like super educated on this. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I've thought about this quite a bit. And part of this, I'm a little bit biased because I don't want to watch like March Madness being played in empty arenas, man.
I
So I
know.
am slightly biased, but because that would suck, man. The atmosphere of that is phenomenal. So
Yeah.
anyway, testing is stupid. Do we need to test every time someone gets the flu? A virus takes its course, and luckily most people can take care of themselves like they do with the flu. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Imagine if it had like a 10% or a 10 times higher mortality rate or something, how much everybody would be losing their minds. But that's the thing, though. If it had a 10% higher mortality rate, that makes it harder to spread, because people would have worse symptoms immediately, so they'd be easier to catch. And they wouldn't, if they had worse symptoms, they're probably not going out of the house, and you probably wouldn't have like asymptomatic carriers, because you have people that have like little to no symptoms that can have the coronavirus and not know it and just go about their daily lives, and that's how it spreads. So that's the thing, because it's like a strain of virus, because it's a not a how do I explain it? Because it's not something that's like really tough on most people. It makes it easier to spread, just because some people don't catch it, or some people think they're fine, or it's hard to catch, if that makes sense. So I guarantee you, like, the number of cases in the U.S., the number of people with it are much, much, much higher than the number of reported cases, because there's people, it's hard to even get tested. Even if you think you have it, it's hard to get tested, because you have to have like direct contact with somebody from China or Asia, and then or if you haven't had direct contact with somebody that has been in China or Asia or whatever, then you have to have symptoms that require like hospitalization. So if you don't have symptoms that require hospitalization, and you don't know that you've been in direct contact with somebody from China, from Asia, you can't even get tested. So that's the thing. You have people that don't go test and go about their daily lives. That's how it spreads. Like, it's gonna spread. It's gonna spread, no matter what. So that runs back to my original point. Still fill up the arenas.
And Chad Doings, Bernard, please do not wish that upon people. That's not cool, man.
Yeah, especially as a joke account for somebody else.
Yeah.
No, that's not Chad Doing. I said that earlier. Somebody asked. I just saw somebody ask a little bit ago if that. No, Chad Doing's doing his live show right now. We have burners for there's people with multiple different burners. I wish somebody didn't do it for Chad, but
yeah, whoever that is.
If they ban
dumb.
me, everybody will leave. Nobody wants that. LOL. You want to test that? You want to try? Because we can test that if you want. Should we experiment with that, chat?
Yeah. Just
keeping it real. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if you're keeping it real. Put user in timeout. Let's see. We got 50 people in here now. Let's see what happens. There y'all go. It felt good banning Chad Doing. Not gonna lie.
DNISIS asked if anyone read the article from Dwight James on Jody Allen selling the team. Yeah, it seemed to me more just like a guess that she's looking for someone or like interested in seeing if there are buyers out there.
That was clickbait, man. That was clickbait.
Yeah.
Like I get the reasoning for it, but Dwight was literally just speculating. Like, why wouldn't she sell it? It's worth $1.85 billion, and she'd probably enjoy doing other stuff with that money than watching a basketball team, which like makes sense. But he labeled it as like Jody Allen is going to sell the team, and then like speculated like it's worth so much that why would she sell it? Like that was literally what it was. So I was annoyed that he clickbaited like that. Like he could have just titled it something differently, like. I expect Jody Allen to sell the team or something like that. But then it wouldn't have gotten the clicks that it did. So that's why it's called clickbait. So
yep. Agree.
That's how you market, you know. I try not to clickbait any videos, you know. I'll try and get a catchy title or a title that gets people to click, you know, because I want people to click on the video. But you know, I'm not gonna clickbait anything or go crazy with anything. My mic is like tipping over. I don't know why.
At least it's still working.
Yeah. So before this podcast, I wanted to go live like 20 minutes before I did, but before this podcast, my mic wasn't working. I had to. I don't know. I restarted my computer, like unregistered my mic with my computer, set it back up, and then it still didn't work for a little bit, and then it randomly started working again. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm glad that it hasn't cut out, but it was like cutting out the last stream we did. So I don't know if my mic is starting to short out or something. I might need a new mic soon. I might have to do a stream with like headphones, like the mic for my headphones or my webcam, which the audio quality wouldn't be good. You gotta love this crystal clear audio. Yeah. So that was frustrating because I thought my mic was done because I tried different cord and everything and it wasn't working. So that was scary. But we got good quality, man. You listen out there to podcasts where literally it's just audio only. Like all they gotta focus on is the audio. And I'm not gonna like toss anybody out because I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody. It's funny to listen to podcasts where all they have to focus on is the audio. And they have like bad mic quality, or they record it with their phone, or they, you know, because there's multiple podcasts that I've heard like that, you know, a couple covering the Blazers, a couple other podcasts, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, look at all this that I'm focusing on, you know, all these graphics, all these, you know, the video, all that type of stuff, but I still like would hate to not have good audio quality, good mics. Like that was the first thing. The webcam and the mics, that's what you got to start off with. So it's just funny to hear podcasts with just crap mic quality.
Mm-hmm. For those saying that Bill Walton should buy the team, I just looked up his net worth and it's about 22 million. That's not even close to being able to do it. But honestly, they're not going to move the team out of Portland, so I'm
We'll be
not worried
fine.
about that. And that's like anyone who says like, oh yeah, they're going to sell it and move it is,
Fear mongering.
yeah, because that 1.8 million that it's valued at is only because the arena is part of that deal because Jody technically owns the arena as well. So they're not going to pay for an arena that they're going to move the team out of.
Yeah. Yeah, no. We will shut that down because that's not something you guys need to worry about. If you guys ever see something like that, you know, if you guys ever question, if you guys ever hear anything about the team and you question it, come check with us because we know our stuff. You got people from you got people from other podcasts that like think it's a possibility that Zach Collins might be returning tonight. Zach Collins isn't returning tonight, but you know, that's the thing. We got you covered. We pay attention to things. Where a lot of other people, a lot of other like big Blazer Twitter pages, don't really follow along this stuff as closely as we do, or don't really understand what they're talking about sometimes. Not trying to throw shade at anybody. I'm not going to toss out any names there, but the fact that you had multiple like people who like cover the team, members of Blazers Twitter, with a bit of a following out there, speculating that Zach Collins might return tonight. That just there's your example because Zach Collins isn't returning tonight. The marijuana I don't. The weed garden would be better, or the marijuana mansion. Oh, my phone screen's cracked, so I couldn't read it. Like
They're talking about renaming the Moda Center. But
gotcha.
Dionysus is obsessed with weed names for the title.
Weed names. The marijuana mansion. I'd love that actually. Should named our show Blazers Insiders. Just a shot of Blazers Outsiders. Nah, I haven't even. People were talking about Blazers Outsiders a ton at the start of the year. People don't really talk about them anymore. I don't know if like the people who watch them just like don't go anywhere else on any other platforms or what's up with that. But remember, we get the mention in post game shows a ton at the start of the season. Now it's like it's just a lot different. I don't know. What's up, Definitive One? We got some OGs in here. I love it. Hopefully we'll catch you guys tonight.
A little bit of that might be a lot of people are tuning out right now because Blazers season hasn't gone well.
Oh, for sure.
There's a lot of people that gave up on the season.
For sure. But we got Dame back tonight, so I feel the excitement, I feel the excitement right now. I feel like people are kind of, what's bro and the other bro? I don't know what you mean. But Kings moving to Vegas and Seattle and Kansas City getting last two expansion teams. Why would the Kings move to Vegas? They just got a brand new stadium. Why would they? Yeah, they don't have a stadium suitable in Kansas City, I don't think. Maybe they do. I don't know. But
yeah, a few years ago, Kansas City built like an arena hoping that it would lead to getting an NBA team, and no one ever came. So.
Yeah.
But
they just expand to Seattle and Las Vegas and would just stay in Sacramento and not have Kansas City.
Sacramento would have moved back when they were being sold.
That's the thing. Moving teams is actually not easy. It's not an easy process, and I feel like some people just think it's like something that just can be easily done. Owner decides to move the team. Okay, they moved. No, it's not that simple. You got contracts with the city, stadium contracts. You have to have the NBA owners approve it. You have to have like the majority of owners approve it. I think it's like 2/3 of the owners have to approve it, or it might be more than that. I'm not entirely sure. So there's a lot to moving the team. Because remember Seattle, they had that Hansen guy that was trying to get the Kings up to Seattle, and he was trying to build a new stadium around where the baseball stadium and the football stadium are. I forget what the baseball stadium's name because it's not Safeco anymore. I think it's T-Mobile.
Yeah, T-Mobile. The pink.
Tori out here sounding like Trump. Don't ever, man. Don't insult me like that. Is Collins returning tonight? I know it. You know it. We all know it. He's not coming back. Why though? We all know it. You know it. I'm a regular, but not an OG. You're an OG to me, Trevin.
That's what I told him.
Everybody in here. I recognize literally all your names for the most part, and it's cool to see a name that I don't recognize, too. But anyway, yes or no question to you both. Do you think we get in as the 8th seed or not? I'd say 30% chance. What percentage would you give it, Eric?
That sounds about right.
30%. Yeah. NBA wants New Orleans, so there's another way around the Blazers next. Bro, I don't think the NBA really cares that much who the 8th seed is. I don't think they care. Like, NBA doesn't fix games. The NBA does not fix games. I hate that narrative. The NBA shows some favoritism a little bit to bigger markets and to bigger star names, but it's not like to the level where it's they're fixing games or they're controlling the narrative at all.
Right. You don't think you'd want Dame dropping 50 in the playoffs?
Yeah,
either?
You know what I mean? Like the Blazers getting healthy, which would provide the most competitive first round series against the Lakers, in my opinion. Like if you get Nurk back, you get Collins back, you get Dame. Dame is literally like a star. Dame's a superstar. You know what I mean? Sure, Zion would be cool. People would tune in to watch Zion for sure, but like people would tune in to watch Dame, and it's against the Lakers. Like it doesn't really, and if it's more competitive, if the series goes longer with the Blazers, then you're gonna have more games, And I don't know. That's the thing. It's like it's not really a big difference, and I don't think it matters to the NBA who makes it or not. You're not talking about you're not talking about a huge income differential for anything. And then that income gets split amongst all 30 teams too as well, right? Like I don't know. It's not something that really factors into anything. So I think Zion gets some star favoritism. Like I said, favoritism exists, but it's not anything that's like drastic.
And if the NBA was really rigging it, they wouldn't have lost at home to Minnesota last night.
Exactly. And the Lakers wouldn't have missed the playoffs for, 7 years, and the Knicks wouldn't have missed the playoffs for 7 years. And
shout out to Holly Kelly. Says I'm an OG from True Blazer fan from the 17-18 season.
Shout out Holly Kelly. That's a while ago too. That's before I was even there.
Yeah.
That's before I was even there. True Blazer fan hasn't been uploading much lately. I don't know what's up with that. I know the NBA is cracking down on.
Yeah, he put a tweet out that he was worried about posting videos or that something happened. I don't know.
When did he put that tweet out?
I'm curious. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 days ago.
I don't follow him anymore, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Just kind of got annoyed by seeing him like talk trash about fans while trying to say he was like wanted to be super positive and was a positive guy, and then would call fans like crybabies and whatever. Like would just kind of crap on fans. I didn't like that. It wasn't consistent. Jeez, he retweets a ton of stuff. Cause I'm curious. I'm curious to see what the deal is. But game day contest. He's almost feels like more of a Twitter personality than a YouTube channel at this point. Yeah, I don't see anything. Anyway.
Holly says playoff basketball won't be as good if Blazers won't make it. Yeah. At least not for us Blazer fans.
Yeah. I mean, I still want us to make the playoffs. Either top 4 pick or playoffs. I'd be happy with either. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to look for it much more because then I'm coming across tweets where he's shouting out like a YouTube video and stuff, and it's like, okay, where's the cross promotion we agreed upon? when we split ways, because I used to give his channel shout outs and he didn't give me any, didn't really, like it was like we were supposed to still be like cool with each other, and then he went out and paired up with Pinwheel Empire, who constantly like talks crap about the fan base and certain sections of fans, and are just kind of toxic and divisive on Twitter. But and like definitely not positive, but true Blazer fans all about positivity. But instead of like being cool with me and like us like cross promoting each other, he went and paired with somebody who's toxic and divisive, which doesn't go along with his brand of positivity. But Pinwheel Empire has 15,000 Twitter followers, so that's why. And then then he's sitting here talking. Then you got True Blazer fan talking crap about fans, and it's like, where's the positivity you preach? So I follow him, man. I don't understand that type of stuff, But does that make sense to you guys, chat? With new lottery odds, top 4 could happen. Top 4 could definitely happen. That's what I like about where we're positioned right now is there's like not much difference between being in the playoffs and like being 10th worst, because there's so many teams bunched up. So that's the positive about our situation right now. Do you have beef with him though? No, it's not like beef. I don't have anything against him personally. I assume he doesn't have anything against me personally. Like, just like the way he's like, I don't know, just going and pairing with Pinwheel Empire when all he preaches is toxic. When True Blazer fan preaches positivity and said like we agree on cross promoting each other, and then we don't because I'm not positive enough. But then he goes and pairs himself with Pinwheel Empire, who's like toxic and divisive and talks crap about fans. Like that's just, you know what I mean? Like that's just shady to me. Like that's just I don't know. Like that's my problem with them. So that's about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Solar Money says, Tori, I feel you, but I feel like you should be a little more grateful he did give you the jump start. Well, like he doesn't even have your. I checked a few months ago and he didn't even have your page like on his suggested pages.
And I helped build that channel a ton. Yeah. He didn't know what SeatGeek codes were until I brought it up to him. And then like I was like, we should go get this as a sponsor. So like, I don't know if he'd have come across the SeatGeek code that he uses and that he makes a good deal of money on. I helped build up that platform a ton. Like, yeah, he gave me a little bit of a jump start, but I helped him out a lot as well. And with what I'm doing now, I think I would have built a decent audience regardless, just because I feel like I put out good content, good videos. So like, and the thing is, I was grateful. I was saying, when I would shout him out, I would always be like, I'm grateful to True Blazer fan because he gave me that jump start, and I'd say that. But at this point, it's like, I don't know, the way he carries his platform. It's just I'm not a fan of a couple of the moves he's made, and it's what I've already explained. So literally, Blazers Uprise is untouched in Blazer coverage, and we'll just keep getting better because there's still a lot of room for improvement. I really like what we're doing, man, but the next like 5 years, I wanna be doing stuff in 5 years that you wouldn't see from like NBC Sports Northwest. Like I want to compete with them in terms of everything, video quality. Like I want to have like a studio, an office type of thing. Live interviews, live look-ins to the post-game locker room. I want to do all that. Like that is the plan in the next couple of years. The next like 2 to 3 years. So, alrighty.
My kids.
Yeah, you got kids, so maybe it's time to sign off. We will be live again tonight, so I hope to see you guys in here after this game. Hopefully we get this win. Hopefully we kind of start to chip away at our sub 500 record. That would be That'd be cool. Trevin says it's gonna be crazy in a couple years watching streams after having watched that long. Yeah, I just want to keep building for you guys. You know, like I feel like this is a grassroots movement, so to say. Where I want you guys to be proud of like where we started as a community and where we end up. You know, so each season I'm going to be trying to take things to the next level. This was my first year running my own channel, and I've improved throughout the year. Like with the graphics, with the videos, with the thumbnails, with all that. Next year I will, try and get better camera, better overall production. I'll work more on different graphics, and I'll take it to the next level again. So hit like before you leave chat, says Definitive One. Yeah, it helps me out. Dionysus says only way Tori gets that many will be to branch out of only Blazer Realm, supply and demand. I got some things planned, Dionysus, and it won't be like branching out on this channel. I got some things planned. You guys will see. Benjamin says I would have quit TBF if Tori didn't come along. Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a good, he did highlights and I did analysis. Like I thought it was a good balance, a good pairing. We're just completely different people. Me and that guy. I'd much rather. I'm so glad I'm doing this. I'm so glad I decided to start my own channel and roll with my man Eric here, and do what I'm doing now. Because I was really nervous to start my own channel. I was like, how many are people really gonna go with me? Are people like how much traction is it going to get? Like I was kind of scared in June. But look at where we're at now. 9 months later, it's been a journey, man. But it's literally just the start. That's what's exciting about it. Like this is a movement. This is a movement, and I'm excited to keep it going. I'm getting all sentimental on you guys, but
what about no? Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say you can chip in whatever you want. I felt like you got kind of.
Oh, so Definitive One. I was trying to tell him he was saying who would I rank the top guys for the Blazers. But anyways, yeah, those are just for the Blazers. I would not put LaMelo up there at all for the Blazers. I think he would be a terrible fit on our roster. He needs to go to a team where he can be the guy. Because I do not think he's going to be good without the ball in his hands, and he would be at best the third person with the ball in his hand on our team. So
I don't think he'd be terrible. I think he'd be a good third guard. Like he could play. I don't know. I mean, like he'd want to start and probably be good enough to be a starter, but like obviously he's probably not going to start for us. I don't know. He wouldn't be a good fit. I wouldn't say he'd be terrible though.
Yesterday, his dad was already on the talk shows, like going at it again about.
Yeah, I don't want that. I do not want that. I do not want that, man. I don't listen to that guy. I'm so glad ESPN stopped putting a mic in his face.
Yeah.
Granted, that'll be me when my kid is in the NBA, but I'll be sitting here on YouTube telling you guys how I don't even know what I'd name my son, but or my daughter would be the first female to make it to the NBA, and I'd be like Serena Williams' father. Actually, I don't even know what the deal is. I just remember I heard he was a lot like LeVar Ball. I probably shouldn't say I would be like that because I don't know if he's like how sketchy he is, but anyway, we'll catch you guys tonight at 9:30. And we'll recap the game and we can show some more. And I look forward to doing so. So until then, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. Hopefully you enjoy the Blazer game. Excited that Dame's back. It'll be fun to watch. So until 9:30 p.m. tonight, unless it goes into OT, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't go into OT. Hopefully it's not that close. But you never know. But until tonight's post-game show, I'll see you guys later. As always, peace out. Go Blazers.